Ms. Pushpa. I'm basically the Business Development Manager at Caregiver Asia, Malaysia. When you say Caregiver Malaysia, what we do is basically we are into caregiving business. It's basically a medical caregiving, and we are online aggregators. To put it in a simple way, what we do is we connect those who can do freelance medical services with those people who actually need medical services themselves. Like, for example, we have nurses on board, we have doctors on board, we have medical aides, we have psychologists, we have physiotherapists, we have babysitters, we have medical escorts. So these are the kind of services that we have on our online platform. And if you have the time, do look into our website. You can go to www.caregiverasia.com and you can look at all our services that's there. Actually, what happens is basically those freelancers who um, have the services to offer, they can actually go to the website themselves. There's actually three basic steps. All you have to do is just go online, okay? You log in and you create your own services, and then you can actually publish it on our website. So you actually indicate what your prices are on the website, and those who need your services, what they will do is when they come to our website, they will browse through your profile. So if you have a good experience of, let's say, medical escort, you have good experience taking people around for hospital visitations. So you can actually put in all your experiences, all your activities that you've done before, and also your career, and also what are your qualifications and so forth. And people will actually choose you based on your profile. So it's something like they can actually choose and seek. So you can actually put in your profile picture, you can put in your CV, you can put in your experiences and stuff like that into the platform, and that's where people choose you from. So as I understand, right, you guys are students, and just after MCO, I think everybody is looking into getting some extra pocket money and stuff like that. So I believe that this is a very good opportunity for you guys to make some extra income, because you can actually register yourself. Of course, those who have not graduated, you don't have your certificates. So you can't do nursing services because those require nursing background, and you have to have your certifications with you. So the question is, what can I do? There's something called nurse aid, and there's something called medical escorts. So these are the simple services that you can actually render to those people who want to look for this course and look for these services. I'm sorry. So you can actually do this and take up the courses, and also take up the services, and then you can do it as a part-time program. Because you see, this is very flexible and you don't get jobs every day. So as and when they ask you, you can actually schedule it accordingly, and then you can do this service, because it doesn't actually require the whole day. Some of the services, like for example, medical escort, what do you do as a medical escort? You may have some elderly people who need to go to the hospital to go for their regular checkup, or just to go to the hospital to pick up their medications. And then they don't have anyone who's accompanying them. So they need medical escorts to take them along, take them for the appointments that they have to go for, take them to go and pick up their medications. Sometimes they can't understand what they're trying to say. So you can actually sit down, explain to them these are the things that's to be done, and you can actually escort them. Some of them, they didn't really can't take public transport, so you may have to drive them around. So these are the services that's part of a medical escort. Okay, I'm just roughly just giving you an overview so that you can actually understand what it's all about. So for this service, you can actually put your own payment terms and condition. So let's say you can actually charge them like 12 hours, 12 ringgit an hour, 15 ringgit an hour, depending on your experience and your confidence level. So these are the things that you can actually take up, because this, you don't need your certificate. This is basically just some simple experience that you have to do based on your education. Because those who are doing nursing, they have all the basic things that they should know. I mean, basically, you should know how to handle a person who's elderly, if they're having a fever, if they're having any difficulties in breathing. Those are the simple things that you should be able to do. You don't need a medical background as a certificate to do all these things. So these are all the simple stuff. And the other thing that you can do is nurse aid. Nurse aid is a little bit more, uh, I would say, a little bit more things to do. You may have to stay in with a patient and just be there with them, maybe feed them. You have to give them their drinks. You have to make sure that they are having their proper sleep. Those are the things that you have to administer. So there's more of like a babysitting kind of a thing. There is no medical procedures for this kind of stuff. So these are things that you can actually offer as a student. So I believe this is something that you can leverage on and see whether you can earn some extra pocket money. And as you go on, right, you already have an experience being a medical aid. You have an experience being a medical escort. So once you have your certificate, so you already build in your profile. So once you get a certificate, when you have the time or when you want to do something extra, you can actually do nursing freelance. Okay, so these are some things that you can start off as a career path, and later on you can add it on. So these are basically some of the things that you can actually do. All you have to do is to apply for this. You just have to go to the website. Okay, you can create your own profile. Everything is there. So once you create your own profile, you will have to put in a photograph. Please put in a very professional looking photograph. So you have a photograph with your nursing uniform or something which is formal, then you put it up, because the first thing is the first impression that the customer sees. So when they see someone who is very presentable, the chances of you being picked up to do the services is more high. So you also have to write in a little bit about yourself in the profile. Just very simple, very briefly put in what are your experiences, and then you also put in how much do you charge for your service. So once you do this, you just post it up on the site. So as and when there is a need, they will contact you. Or we also have our call center. As there are some of them, they don't go directly online. They call us for this kind of requirements. So what we do is we will look into the profiles of nurses or medical escort or nurse aid that we have, the suitable ones, maybe someone who is in that particular area. Okay, so there are a lot of possibilities for you to be picked up depending on the job. So these are some of the things that we do. We actually match the person who's looking for the job, and also the nurses, and also medical aid and nurse aid and medical escort. So this is how we actually match make. So you either get picked up by the client online, or we actually choose you and we match make, and then we sort of like put you together with the client. Okay.